All right. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the second annual NFL 2021 prediction show. Last year, massive success with, I think, over 50 views. We like that one. But I think it was
big things a year ago.
I think it was one of our best ones, no doubt about it. So if you want to look back at it, please do.
Everybody loves football.
I'll have it up here, the little link right up here. See my fingers. I'll have it right up there when we record this thing. But this year we got Brian Johnson with us, joining us. Brian, welcome. I'm looking forward to some of your predictions, getting into Rookie of the Year topics, Coach of the Year. You obviously, as we said, a massive football fan, so massive you're taking time off of work, and I respect that.
If it feels like Christmas Eve, the presents are under the tree, and I'm just waiting to open them up on Christmas.
Brian, I'm right
I
there.
don't say that. You just want to rip them open.
Oh, I thought Tyler was going to say something, sarcastic there. So I was waiting for Tyler to get take advantage of it there. But with that said, Brian, what's like the main thing looking forward to this football season? What's like the main topic you're kind of looking forward to?
I'm just looking forward to having fans in the stands this year. I think it makes a big difference for football. I think it was just weird just having empty stadiums all last year, and then the Niners had to go to Arizona because they didn't want them in California anymore.
You know, that's a good call. I actually kind of forgot about that when they had to go to Arizona there. Yeah, we talked about that a lot during the podcast last year about how important it is to have fans in NFL games. And we saw it yesterday with college football starting up, like just everybody full packed, like just the difference that makes that crowd noise there, and especially like just the momentum of games. So I think it's gonna be a really good season. There's a lot of good quarterbacks this year in the league. I feel like they're all kind of starting to progress a little bit. So we're going to get into MVP here in a little bit too. So I'm interested to see if we have anybody different in that topic, or if it's going to be the usual suspect. So with that said, Tyler, let's get right into it. We're going to start out people with our division winners. We'll get into the wild card and we'll move our way forward through the playoffs there. Let's start, gentlemen, with let's start with the NFC. We'll start with your guys' conference, the Niners there. Let's start in the East. Tyler, who do you have winning the East?
I have a little shocker here. I'm going with the New York Football Giants. I just think Saquon Barkley's probably the best running back in the NFL if he's healthy. He just isn't healthy. He has the natural gifts of like an Adrian Peterson running the ball, and he can catch the ball a hell of a lot better. And I think it'll just open things up. They signed Kenny Galladay, and their defense was actually pretty good last year. In the NFC East, I don't trust Fitzpatrick like a lot of people do. That defense in Washington's good, but I don't trust Fitzpatrick. Cowboys are the Cowboys. And I just think if Daniel Jones doesn't turn the ball over 30 times or 20 times this year, then I think the Giants will win like 9 games and squeak in.
How confident are you in Daniel Jones making that pick? Do you think he's actually pretty good?
This pick I wouldn't be confident. Like I wouldn't be like, oh, this is a for sure. Whoever, like, I don't think any team you could feel super confident in winning that division. But I just think Saquon Barkley coming back and signing the receiver of Galladay and drafting Tony, they have all the weapons for Daniel Jones to succeed.
Do you think that do you think he'll be back though at full speed at the beginning there?
Barkley?
Yeah.
He just seems like one of those guys like Adrian Peterson. It's a freak. He just like Adrian Peterson came back from his monster injury and rushed for 2,000 yards.
No, for sure. So, yeah, good pick. Brian, who you got?
I got the Washington football team.
Well done,
I just think that
Johnson.
I don't know. I just feel like they got the best defense in the division, and I think Fitz magic is gonna keep them, ahead of everyone else in the division. So I just think Dak is gonna be, I don't know. I think he's gonna be rusty to start the year off, and I just don't trust their defense. Get the Cowboys.
Gentlemen, this is why we do these. We all have different teams. I have the Cowboys winning the division. I think Brian.
Sorry, Savage.
I wanted to pick the Eagles just for him, but I couldn't put myself to it. Even though I do think they'll have a better year, like I said. I do think the Cowboys win the division. I just feel like one of the years are going to pull it together, and the division is really not that good. I had a hard time with the football team because of what you said, Tyler Fitzpatrick. I feel like he's more like the A's relief pitching. They're good. He'll be good 4 times this year. You know what I mean? Like, and he'll be really good those 4 games.
Yeah.
So, I mean, unless their defense is like just making scoring touchdowns, which doesn't always happen every year. And then I don't know, with the Giants, I just don't trust Daniel Jones. So I'm going with the Cowboys. I like that we have all 3 different teams to start. That's a good start to this. All right, let's go to the South. Brian, we'll start with you this time. Who do you got?
I'm going to go with Tampa Bay. They're going to repeat. I think they're way above everyone else in that division. And, you know, they have a great defense, and I just think they're going to repeat in that division.
I got the Bucks too, Tyler.
I got the Bucks as well. They're returning everybody. They have one of the best O-line and one of the best D-line. They have Brady to manage it all.
Pretty easy call in that division, I feel like, to make. I mean, I guess one of us could have gone crazy and gone with the Saints, but I guess, you know what I mean? But I think the Bucks are the
I think they're going to be more. I think they're going to be more the Aints this year.
Oh, I like it. All right, let's go to the North here. Tyler, back to you. Who you got first?
I got the Packers. Rodgers is just amazing. We'll see if he ages, if he has a Peyton Manning type drop off, but it doesn't look like it. He has never had a big injury. He gets banged up, but never like one of those catastrophic ones. So I got the Packers. And the North just isn't that good.
I tried to talk myself into like the Vikings, but I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't. So, you know, Cousins, like, how do you talk yourself into that again? So
yeah, exactly.
I love Cook, but yeah, they can't run the ball every play. So, Brian, who you got?
I got the Packers too. I just don't see anyone else even coming close to them. I mean, I might have went with the Bears if they had went with Fields, but if they're going to go with Andy Dalton, I think they would kind of struggle off the bat, and I think eventually they'll go to Fields. But
Got a little bit more confidence in the Red Rocket. Might get it done this year. All right, let's go to your guys' bread and butter here. The NFC West. Do I even have to ask who you guys have to win the division?
You do not, but I want to tell you why they're going to win the division. They got a nasty defense.
And what team are we talking
about? You know, if you don't know, turn it off. We got a nasty defense with Bosa and D4. These reports about D4 looking like he's always offsides because he's so fast off the ball are it could be scary good defense. And then they added Mack to the offensive line at center. And they're going to run, like, the quarterback doesn't matter this. They're going to run the ball like 350 times, 400 times between the 2 running backs with Sherman and Mostert. So, yeah, I think the Niners will win the division.
Yeah, I'm going with the Niners. I think that
very confident.
They'll be able to run the ball on anybody in that conference because they improved their offensive line a lot, and I think they're going to be able to stop anybody with Bosa and D Ford coming back. So
I love the confidence you guys have. I love it. It's radiant. You guys are fired up. Terrible year last year with injuries. You guys are just ready to go, and I'm ready to bring you down. I got the Rams winning the NFC West.
I couldn't expect anything less from you, Darren.
I think the Niners. I think the QB situation is going to be a little too much in flux. I think they'll still. We'll talk about wild cards here in a little bit, but I think they still get in the playoffs. But I think the Rams pull it out. I think Stafford's a big upgrade over Goff, and I like their defense a lot. If they could just be a little bit more consistent, I feel like they've been together a little bit longer now, and so I got the Rams beating you guys.
The thing about the Rams is, has there ever been a quarterback who's been a perennial not make the playoffs and then they switch teams and all of a sudden the other team's like super good? Like, normally if you're good, your team's going to be, as a quarterback, your team makes the playoffs most of the time.
Rich Gannon, maybe.
But he wasn't a starter before he got to the Raiders, really.
Well, I mean, he started 1 year
on the Chiefs.
Not as many.
And they made the playoffs that year, though.
I guess my other question with the Rams is, like, I just don't trust their offensive line. I just think I don't know, Stafford isn't mobile and he's going to have issues just staying up,
Staying
I
on the
don't know.
field.
That's my question.
Well,
I think they'll make the playoffs because they made the playoffs with Goff, but I just don't think Stafford's like this
you don't think he's a massive
superstar.
upgrade? Yeah, I think he's
mean,
a
he's
much
an
better
upgrade.
upgrade.
I just don't think he's a superstar or anything that's gonna.
I mean, I think he's at least like in the top like 15 half of the quarterback field for sure.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Goff was in like the top, maybe 22 to
32.
30. Yeah, something 32. That's average. All right, let's move to the AFC here. Let's start with let's go to the East first here. Brian will let
we
you
all
get
agree.
Brian will let you get the first shot at it. If it's the same, then we'll move forward. Who you got?
I'm going to go with Buffalo. I think they just have a lot more talent than the Patriots do, and Josh Allen's going to be a superstar.
I like how you didn't even mention the other teams in the division.
No, I just don't think. I don't think Miami. Like, I don't know. I just think Miami's not there yet, and the Jets are just going to be. They're going to be. They're not going anywhere.
I remember my big bet on Miami last year to win the division. I prop bet them like in week three. They didn't pull it out for me. They let me down. I got the Bills too, Tyler. I'm assuming you have the Bills as well.
I have the Buffalo Bills as well, with a note of just Josh Allen with exclamation points.
Yeah, we'll see if he can continue that just excellent play that he had last year. All right, South. I got the Titans. Tyler.
The tin caboodles. I got the Colts. I'm a believer in West and Wentz if he's healthy. I like
he's not.
Buckner and Leonard.
No way.
If he gets healthy.
I
love Buckner and Leonard, and they have a nasty O line in Jonathan Taylor, and I think you have to have a good O line to succeed in the league.
What do you like about Wentz? He hasn't even been good.
Yeah, I mean,
he was the MVP 2 years ago before he got hurt. He's been hurt. He's been banged up. The offensive line was atrocious last year for the Eagles. They had no weapon. Look at the receivers he was throwing to last year. Fulgham, he got cut.
But now T.Y.'s hurt.
Yeah, but they still have Paris Campbell and Pittman Jr.
Well, he's on my fantasy team. I hope you're right. Michael Pittman is on my fantasy team. I hope you're right about that. I'm
the Titans, and like my thoughts on the Titans, the defense is terrible. Their head coach he's not very strategic. He's more of a motivator, and I don't like those type of coaches.
Well, we do know this on our Twitter page. We do get a lot of Titan stuff. We should be up to date on all of that stuff. So we should know. We should know very well. Brian, who do you got?
I got the Titans. I just think when they got Julio Jones, that was a big upgrade. And I just don't think that the Colts, I think that's a downgrade getting Wentz. I thought Phillip Rivers, at least, the one thing you could say for him is he's consistent. He doesn't get injured. He's healthy. So.
Consistently throwing the ball 5 yards down the field.
Oh, come on. He's going to be on the field more than Wentz, buddy.
That's true. All right.
Well, maybe they'll re-sign Rivers. He'll give up his high school coaching gig and bring him back.
All right. Let's go to the North. Brian, who you got in the North?
I got the Browns. I think I think this is a big year for Lamar Jackson. I think he's got to prove he
Lamar
can do
Jackson's
it with
not on the Browns.
I'm just saying for the Ravens, I'm saying that Lamar Jackson, this is a big year for him. I just think that I just don't trust him throwing the ball that I trust Baker Mayfield. So that's why I'm going with the Browns.
Tyler, I'm kind of interested who you have in this one.
If it's Brown, you flush it down. I got the Ravens. They drafted Rashad Bateman, who I think is going to be a big upgrade at receiver. They have two speedsters with him and Hollywood Brown. They have Andrews. Lamar Jackson's a great regular season quarterback. I don't trust them to make throws either. I just don't think they'll have to, like with how they play. The Dobbins injury gives me a little scare.
Yeah, that's where I was going to go.
But
that was a big injury.
It was, but I trust Jim Harbaugh, and I think the Ravens will
trust Jim or
John? This division.
We definitely don't trust Jim.
Jim's having trouble in Michigan. The Harbaughs and the damn Cars, their first names I always get messed up.
That's funny. Just kidding. I was so bad with the car. All right, we're different in this one too. I got the Steelers. I think the Steelers have a really good year. I think so. I got them winning the division. That's always a tough division, so I expect that to come down to the wire, and I expect the Bengals to be in last place like usual. All right, so let's go to the West. I got the Chiefs. Brian.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Chiefs too.
Tyler.
I got the Chiefs.
The Raiders. The Raiders.
They added to their O line with Orlando Brown. They're just gonna be great.
I wish I could say the Raiders, but it's just not happening there. Hey, let's take a quick little break. We'll be back with the wild card and the Super Bowl prediction here. All right, we're back. Got the division winners figured out there. Pretty much on the same page with everything there, except for the Rams. I got over the Niners, Cowboys, Giants, Giants football team. We all had different. And then in the AFC North, I had Pittsburgh. You had Baltimore. Tyler and Brian, you had the Browns. So those were the real differences that we had in the division. So now the wild card, I'm sure we'll have a few more here. So Tyler, why don't we just give us all three of your.
Brian, was that a Skip Bayless Mountain Dew? Did you bet a pack of dudes?
Is it diet?
Yeah, pack of dudes.
That's how I get ready for the podcast, like Skip Bayless.
Oh my gosh, now we really gotta go ahead.
We're gonna have to bet some packages of dew later.
Oh we should. Tyler, give me your NFC 3 teams.
I got the Rams, Falcons, and Seahawks. Falcons, I just think they're going to be pretty. I think Ridley and Pitts will have big years. Matt Ryan will be. I don't think they should have drafted Pitts. That was a mistake. I think they should have taken Fields. But I think Pitts will be good still. But yeah.
I'm a little surprised with the Falcons one. Brian, who you got?
I got Rams, Seahawks, and Cards. I just think that the NFC West is going to be the best division by far. So I think they're going to get
every team in the NFC West.
All 4 teams? That's impossible. That's possible.
I'm telling you, that's not happening.
All 4.
Nobody's gonna make it in the East. I don't think that in the Packers division, I just don't see anybody making it there either. I don't know. I think that the West is going to get 4 teams. Call me crazy, but I'm calling it.
Extra game.
For you to be right, the NFC West can't lose one out of division game. I don't think.
Brian's gonna be betting.
We'll see though. I like the boldness.
I mean, I'm surprised you have that much confidence in the Big Cliff to make the playoffs. All right, I'm going with the Niners to get the wild card, the Vikings to get the wild card, and the Saints to get the wild card. So those are the teams I'm going with to get in the wild card. I just trust the coach for the Saints too much. I feel like he can maybe Winston enough, and he still has Hill there as maybe I don't know, 5-7 plays a game or something if it's a best case scenario. So I'm gonna go to the Saints, get in there. So you guys both had the Rams and Seahawks. Your differences were the Falcons. Tyler, the Falcons. That's kind of surprising to me. All right, AFC. Who do you got, T?
I got the Titans, the Ravens. No, not the Ravens. I have the Browns and the Chargers. I think the Chargers could have the best 3-headed monster for fantasy football this year as far as fantasy points.
Yeah. With
Herbert, Eckler, and Allen. If they stay healthy, which is a big if with these sons of guns. They're always hurt, except for Herbert.
Allen played one last year.
So, yeah. If they're healthy, I think that offense will be pretty unstoppable.
All right, so you got Titans, Ravens, Chargers. Brian, who you got?
No, Titans, Browns, Chargers. I have the Ravens winning the division.
Okay, gotcha.
I know one of these is going to get a lot of criticism because I rip on them, but I'm going to go with the Pats, the Chargers, and the Ravens.
Oh,
I know.
Is Adam Darwish holding a gun to your head off?
Did he pay you, buddy? What is going on with this? I mean, this is ridiculous.
They were supposed to win 3 games.
Ripping on the Patriots, now you're picking them. Oh, this is. You've lost a little respect. All right, I'm going Chargers, Browns, Ravens. So I got two from the NFC North making it along with the Chargers. None of us have the Raiders. Dang it, we didn't make it. But
Yeah,
Brian, I gotta go back to the Patriots. Hold on. Why the heck are you taking the Patriots? You've literally been ripping on the whole time. I gotta know why you're taking the Patriots to make the playoffs.
I don't know. I just think I thought they were going to go with Cam earlier, but I think because they're going with the better quarterback, I just think they'll go like 10-7, and that'll be good enough to get in the wild card.
That's kind of weird to say.
Return of the back.
10-7. We're going 10-7. All right. So we got the wild cards. We got the playoff set. We're not going to go round by round. We're not going to go crazy here. So let's skip ahead to the conference finals. I'll start out with you, Brian. Who do you have in the NFC Conference Finals? Don't give me your Super Bowl champion or who won it yet, or just give me your conference finals. Who you got?
I got Tampa Bay and San Francisco.
All
I'm
right.
copying my notes.
I figured you guys would have that. I have Tampa versus I feel like the Rams are gonna get there. So I have the Rams versus Tampa.
I knew
versus
you
Tampa
were going to
Bay.
take the Rams. I knew it.
Tampa Bay in the conference finals. And you guys, last year I think Tyler picked the same conference finals. I
did.
Picked the Bucs versus the Niners. So he's like Chris Berman. He just picked the same thing. No,
Bills Niners every year.
Bills Niners.
All right, Brian in the AFC. What's your conference finals matchup?
I'm going with Kansas City and Cleveland.
Kansas City and Cleveland, a rematch of a great divisional round last year, right? Was that division round? Yeah, it was division round.
Yeah, that was a division.
A game the Browns could have won, by the way. They had some.
That was a bad call. A bad call.
Is that the one where the game punched out of bounds right in the back of the end zone?
Yeah.
Tyler, AFC Conference Finals matchup.
I want to go Chiefs Chargers, but they probably will match up before if the Chargers are a wild card. But those are the two best teams in the AFC, I think, at the end of the year. So I'll go Chiefs Chargers.
Chiefs Browns for you in the AFC.
I said Chiefs Chargers.
Or Chiefs Chargers. So Chiefs Chargers. Brian, you got who'd you have again?
I had the Chiefs and the Browns.
Okay. I got Bills Steelers. So I'm way off from you guys, not even the same atmosphere. I got Bills Steelers conference finals.
You think Big Ben can take him there again?
I think Big Ben, and I like their defense a lot. I like their roster. The Steelers had kind of a down year last year, even though and I feel that they're going to bounce back. And I think the Bills are ready for a conference finals as well. Brian, I'm surprised you didn't go with the Patriots with that much love you were giving them this morning. So a little surprised you didn't take them.
I don't have that much.
Brian, let's go with you first. What's your Super Bowl matchup?
I'm going to go with a rematch of 2019, Kansas City and San Francisco.
Going on a real limb there. Brian,
I know there's a guy on the NFL Network that said 1 year Seahawks Browns, so I can't go on that big of a limb.
That's true. All right, who do you got, Tyler?
I got Bucks Chargers.
Bucks Chargers.
Wow, the Chargers going all the way to the Super Bowl.
Wow. Talk about the fan base in LA going crazy. Half of that fan base.
There is no fan base in LA for the Chargers.
All right, I got the Steelers versus the Rams in the Super Bowl. That's those are the teams I'm going with. I thought Brian, you would like that choice. Two of your favorite teams.
that seems like a Casey pick.
It is a little bit of a Casey pick, and you know what?
Casey did a great job last year.
Casey was the closest to being right last year, so I'm gonna go with Casey's strategy. Hey, I think both those teams are fair game to make the Super Bowl. There's no reason either of those teams could make the Super Bowl. It's not that. That's the Browns one from him was even crazier. That was even nuts. Yeah. So, all right, so that's the Super Bowl matchup. Let's take one last break here, and we'll be back to go over some of the awards for the season. All right, we're back. Final segment here. Player predictions. and a couple of questions.
What about a Super Bowl winner prediction?
Huh?
Did we do Super Bowl winner?
We did not. Let's finish that off first. Thank you for reminding me. I got a little ahead of myself. All right, so I had Pittsburgh versus the Rams. I'm gonna go with Pittsburgh wins the Super Bowl this year. I feel like they tied, and I feel like they win another one this year. I have been retiring after the season. I feel like it's their year to win it, and I got the Steelers winning the Super Bowl. Brian?
So it's like a John Elway scenario.
Exactly. Brian, you got Chiefs, Niners. Who you got?
I feel like this is the Niners' year, and I feel like they get that 6th ring.
Ryan, who do you think will be starting that Super Bowl for the 49ers at quarterback?
I think it's going to be I think Jimmy G is going to start the whole year, but it's going to be like they're going to do where, Trey Lance comes in and does like option runs, or you know what I mean?
Okay. So Jimmy G will be starting the Super Bowl. I got the Bucks winning it again.
Tampa Bay versus
Tom
Chargers.
gets number 8. Yeah, I got the Bucks winning.
Yeah, the 8 rings for Tom.
I bet against them last Super Bowl, and they burned me.
I understand why you pick them. It makes sense. All right, so let's to make it clear. I got the Steelers. Tyler, you got the Bucks. Brian, no shock, you got the Niners. So those are our picks there going into 2021. Super Bowl champions, Super Bowl division winners, wild card, all of it. So with that said, now Tyler, thank you for reminding me. Now we'll get into the player, some of the player predictions here. Let's start with MVP. Brian, who do you have winning the MVP this year?
I'm going with Josh Allen. I just think he's gonna be really good this year.
Brian, you copied my notes again. I got Josh Allen.
That's why we always agree, Tyler.
I got Mahomes winning it. I feel like those two are the heavy favorites to pull it out. Rookie of the year. I got Najee Harris from Steelers. I think he's going to end up winning Rookie of the Year. Tyler, who do you got?
I have Trevor Lawrence.
That's all I'll take. Brian?
I'm going to go with kind of out on a limb, like a different pick for Rookie of the Year. I'm going to say Kyle Pitts. I feel like somebody's going to get throws from Matt Ryan, and I think Kyle Pitts has a big year for the Falcons.
Well, Tyler has them making the playoffs, so that might be a true pick there.
Hey, Darren, take a note. You're doing a fantasy draft with him. He's very high on Mr. Pitts.
I do. I need to remember that. We need that.
Or I could be throwing you guys off and saying I take that.
You could
be a mind.
All right, now we get into kind of like a couple more defensive player of the year. Tyler, you go first on this one.
I got Antoine Winfield Jr. of the Bucs. We had a safety conversation about how there's no good, great safeties right now. They're all Derwin James. And I think this guy's the next superstar safety from the Bucs.
Enough with defense. I got TJ Watt winning Defensive Player of the Year for the Steelers. Obviously, I have him making the Super Bowl. I think they're going to have a big year. So I'm going to go with them to maybe get close to 20 sacks this year. So I'm going to pick the Steelers player TJ Watt to win Defensive Player of the Year. Brian, who you got?
I'm going to go with I think he's going to be back and better than ever. I'm going to go with Nick Bosa. I think he's going to have a huge year this year.
This might as well just be the Niners prediction show. I guess
I should have went with Aaron Donald, and you would have liked that.
I would have liked that. You know, I would have, right? I would have liked that. All right. How about
Aaron Donald can't win it every year. Come on.
I'm with you on that. It should be like a Gold Glove. All right. Coach of the Year. I'm going with
offensive player of the year.
All right, fine. We'll do offensive player. I thought that was MVP more, but yes, you go ahead.
I got Saquon Barkley. For everything I said before this, I got Saquon.
All right. I didn't do offensive player. I did coach of the year. So let's go to player that will, or coach of the year. That's what I wanted to get to. Coach of the year. I got Mike McCarthy from the Cowboys. Obviously, I have them winning the division, so I think they have a good season. So I'm gonna have. I say he wins coach of the year.
Interesting. I got Brandon Staley of the Chargers, and I have him going to the Super Bowl, and he's gonna bring a little defensive mindedness.
Man, I feel like you're having the Chargers skip a stage here this year, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what that pick. I feel like. All right, Brian, who you got coach of the year?
Isn't that how
I'm
football
gonna go
works,
with
though? You just start all of a sudden good. Like the Niners didn't have
That's true.
they just all of a sudden were in the Super Bowl.
That's true.
I feel like it. We're going back to 1994 with Bobby Ross.
The Chargers. Yeah.
Natron Meads.
They tried me.
Yeah.
Brian, who you got coach of the year?
I'm going to go with Mike Vrabel from the Titans. I think that because they win the division, I think he's going to get coach of the year.
All right. How about bounce back player of the year? You, Brian.
I'm going to go with D Ford from the 49ers. I think he's going to be healthy all year and he's going to contribute to the defense. I know I'm going to get some crack from Darren about this one, but
I'm just going to smile. Tyler?
I took Saquon again.
I really thought you were going to pick Kyle Shanahan for coach of the year. So you did go out of the box on that one. We would have got Kyle Shanahan.
Was Vrabel. Come on. I'm not going to all 49ers.
We might have got a nuts on that one. All right, I got Jameis Winston winning bounce back player of the year this year.
Will he lead the league in interceptions again?
Yes, he probably will. No, I don't. I just think that Sean Payton will be able to. I don't know, just kind of control that little part of him a little bit this year. You guys got it.
And especially when your check down options Kamara, it kind of rewarded to check it down to a guy like that.
And I just feel like he'll be able to put them in more success. He plays in a dome more.
He's not going to play in the dome to start the year, but
that's true. The Hurricane did do that. You're right. So, I got him winning bounce back player of the year. All right, I think I got all of them right. Did I leave one off?
Coach to get fired.
Okay, yeah. Now we'll move on to those kind of questions here. All right, first coach to get fired. Who do you got, Tyler?
I got Matt Nagy already on the hot seat, and he has the red rifle. And as soon as he gets replaced, they'll bring in Fields, and they'll start doing better. So
yeah,
Nagy.
Who do you got, Brian?
I'm going to go with Mike Zimmer from the Vikings. I think they're on the cusp of. I think they need a full blow up and rebuild because that roster's just not going to win anymore.
Yeah, it is a little bit of an old school roster, like the way they're built, like heavy run and stuff like that. I still got them making the playoffs. I just feel like I just love Cook on their team. He's just so good. He's, you know what I mean? And the one thing about him, though, I do like Zimmer is he does run the ball a lot, but that's not a bad call. I think I got Kingsbury as possibly being on the hot seat if they get off to like a 2-6 start or something like that. Or, but obviously you don't think that's happening because they're making the playoffs. But I think he could be on the hot seat real quick if they get off to a bad start, and because he's had some ugly losses to say the least here. Not the best, and losses where you're like, the coach did pretty bad on that. Usually you don't want that to be the case. All right, Tyler, first QB to lose job.
I mentioned it before, Andy Dalton.
Yep, I got the same.
He has the most pressure on him to keep his
doubt.
job with Justin Fields on his heels, and he's just not going to keep it.
No doubt. Ryan, who do you got?
Yeah, I got to go with Andy Dalton, too.
Poor Andy. He's out. Poor Andy.
That's a tough start to the season. You got to play the Rams on Sunday Night Football in LA when it's the first time they have fans. I mean, I could see the Rams just killing them in that game.
Hey, Brian, LA fans don't show up till the second quarter and leave in the fourth, so they'll be okay.
Yeah, I've heard rumors that the parking at that stadium is really bad, and that they tell people just to Uber it in. That's what I heard from. Yeah.
Like 50 years from now, like 100 years from now, they'll only build stadiums, and that's the only way you can get to the game is Ubering. You can't even drive anymore. They'll save space. No parking allowed.
All public transportation.
Yeah, only that. All right, rookie. I always like this question. Who do you think will be the best rookie QB? Tyler?
I got Lawrence. I think Lawrence is special.
Yeah,
I
you
think
got
he's like
him.
Andrew Luck level skills, and I heard some people talking bad about him in his preseason. I was just like, I don't know. Maybe I'm watching something different.
And I should clarify this question. I mean, like in their career, who do you think is gonna be the best? Like,
yeah, I got Lawrence. Too.
Yeah,
both of them. I got Lawrence.
Brian, who do you think is gonna be the best QB out of this class?
I'm gonna go with Fields.
Which would be crazy that the Niners passed on him if they were able to, if he had the best season out of all of them. And
I mean, I'm just talking about more like this year.
who do you think's got the best career?
I think Lance with that roster, and once he takes over, I think he's just gonna blow up in Kyle Shanahan's offense. I know.
I'm going to take a risk and go with Tyler's guy here, Zach Wilson. I've heard that you heard good things from ESPN about. I was in New York about. No, I got Lance too. I actually do. When I watched him play a little bit, he definitely has the biggest upside just immediately. Like some of his things like jump off the screen. I think Lawrence is probably, like Tyler said, more like the luck factor where he's gonna be solid, but there could be another level to Lance, but we'll see what happens with that. So I'm with you. I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
I guess the biggest question would be, will the Jags build around Lawrence, or will he have to? I kind of question the Jags ownership. That's what I'm saying.
Is that because they're Middle Eastern?
No,
I just don't think they're gonna bring guys in to make him successful.
Don't they own Man United, or do they own Arsenal? I think they own Man United. They just brought in Ronaldo to United. Why can't they bring in some football players?
All right. Well, that's our NFL pretty much our show here. I got one little prop thing I want to bring up here. So we talked about the Super Bowl odds real quick. Here's like the official odds. So the Chiefs are plus 450. The Bucks are plus 650. The Bills are plus 1,100. So you basically have I think the Bills got pretty good odds there. That's not bad at all for it to be the Super Bowl champion. The Titans plus 3,000. That's not horrible odds at all. That's kind of surprising me. The Cowboys and Titans have the same odds. And then Tyler, another one that I found out, the Raiders plus 7,000 to win the Super Bowl.
What are the Chargers now?
Your Chargers are at plus 3,000. So if you put $100 on it, Tyler, there you go, $3,000.
What they say, go Chargers, go.
Go Chargers, go. All right. Well, that's our 2001 NFL preview show, gentlemen. That was good. I look forward to seeing how wrong we were this year, but we'll see. Brian, thanks for joining us. It was good.
Thanks, Brian.
Yeah, no problem. I just wanted to make a little stat out there saying that I guess they said that the Broncos have the easiest schedule in the NFL this year, so maybe they end up making the playoffs.
Well, did they also mention they're one of the easiest quarterbacks to play against?
Exactly.
Speaking of schedules, our 49ers have a really easy schedule as well.
Yeah, I think they were third in the NFL.
Those Lions, that tough first game. Jimmy G getting replaced after week 1 if they lose, right? Right, that's the key.
I think Adam's gonna owe me $50. And
Tyler and Adam have a bet going that if the Niners win by more than 10 on week 1, that's the bet. So basically, Adam gets 10 points. He gets for the game. So we'll see.
That's how confident I was.
I'll say this: I'm definitely more interested in the game because of that bet between you guys. So we'll say that before I wasn't interested. All right, that was good, guys. Hope you enjoy the preview and enjoy the NFL season. We'll have this out on Tuesday. Later. See ya.
All right.